Hello friends, welcome to the Niges Irrelevant View on Things 3, the BOGOF edition. Well, what we have here is the usual misunderstanding of how things work, because it's inconvenient if you point out that it's just a lens effect and it isn't actually something floating around in the sky. And in this instance we have one bellend using another bellend's video to try and prove that everything he says is true, even though he sounds like a car salesman. But I digress. Lens flares, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we're talking. And they are so annoying when they happen. Although, to be fair, they can be used as part of an artistic composition in photography, because they're well understood and people who do photography tend to know how to use them, or to in fact get rid of them by using their cameras properly. Unlike this bellend.
Yeah, it still does. Isn't that weird? The dots over there.
Here we go, ladies and gents. This geezer here, Matman, is just performed a finger test. One of the fundamental tests proving whether it is actually an optical anomaly in the lens. As you can still see it with his finger in front, it means it is in fact a reflection in the lens.
It's crazy bright. You can see the hexagons. You gotta get close to this. There you go.
And here we go again. A complete misunderstanding and failure to recognise that it's the shape of the aperture that creates hexagon shapes. If you have a 6-leaved aperture on a camera, it produces a hexagon. This is well known, and I can even produce them in a room with a lamp as seen here. Interesting, as a certain flat earther once said.
Cool. Look at the dots in that.
Yes indeed, get those crazy dots. However, as the lens flare is moving and the dots aren't, it would seem that the dots are something to do with the camera rather than being anything exterior. This is not very difficult to work out if you think about it. And I do wonder if you are highly medicated at the moment, because it's pretty simple to work out that if something is moving with the camera, it's part of the camera.
I'd like to thank Macman for that clip. Please go over and share the love. I'll leave the links to his channel in the description box down below. Nice and simple for everybody to find.
Well, let's face it, Nige, they're not exactly the brain's trust, and the least you can do is make it nice and simple for them to find, because I'd be surprised if they could find their arse in a dark room.
We're looking at an LED light. Look at the lens flare. Looks familiar. I'm going to give credit to Liz Buttercup for this, but I'll leave the link to her channel in the description box down below. Please go over and subscribe, just like you and me pointing the camera towards the sky. And guess what? Finding that there are things there that shouldn't be.
Yes, Nige, it looks familiar. It looks like a lens flare caused by a very bright light shining into a camera, reflecting off the internal optical surfaces, and then being seen in a different portion of the surface by the CCD. This tends to happen with any very bright light source you point a camera at. That would include, I'll just throw this out there, Nige. The sun. That's an incredibly bright light source. But then you would tell people that, wouldn't you?
And if they weren't there, they wouldn't be on camera. That's all I've got to say about it.
I beg to differ, Nige. You're just another bunch of idiots who don't know what their cameras are doing and think you're seeing things in the sky, when it's demonstrably obvious that it's just in-camera anomaly and the effects therein that you don't understand. Sorry, you don't want to understand, because it feeds your narrative. You're just a bunch of wannabe specials, aren't you?
Have we seen this before? This reminds me of this lens flare and the golf ball planet, yet again proving that the sun simulator is there in our sky. Don't forget our sun is behind the sun simulator. No sun, no life. Not even going to go there. Not even going to discuss it.
Yes, well, we actually know why you won't discuss it, Nige, because it's very easy to piss all over your stupidity. If that was a sun simulator, its angular speed across the sky would be wrong for a start. Also, as I have previously pointed out, and none of your numpties seem to want to pick up on this, if you use a H alpha scope to look at the sun, you can see the sun because the H alpha scope only sees in the hydrogen wavelength. And you can then cross-reference the images you take All of those nice NASA pics. Oh dear. Tricky one that, isn't it? You sure you don't want to discuss this? Or are you just going to run away like a little bitch?
The sun simulator serves another purpose. It basically hides the shadows of the planets. If you imagine when the moon goes past, it creates a shadow on the Earth, and that is one of the reasons it's there for. But what we're looking at, it just proves that the sun is LED, it's electric. I've proved this many different times, and I'll leave the links to that in the description box down below, and that'll be easy for you to understand then, if you don't understand what I'm talking about.
Well, no, let's put it like this. Some of us know what you're talking about. Sorry, some of us know you're talking utter fucking shit. Waffling on about camera anomaly, proving there's sun simulator in the sky, LEDs. Not even going to go there. Not even going to discuss it. As already mentioned, H-alpha scopes, angular speed, and demonstrating that the opticals are in the camera, or rather poo-poo this. But you're just a sad little wannabe who wants to be special, aren't you?
An LED light. Look at the lens flare. Looks familiar?
Oh no, not the pink petals of proof. But how come I could get these in my bedroom with a bright light shining straight into my mobile phone camera? You seem to be ignoring me when I point these things out. Mind you, most of your subs ignore any proof that there might be some serious doubts to any of these ridiculous claims. It's almost as if you've all got some sort of investment in it. Or have you?
I'd like to thank Hang Tight for this picture because, yeah, extraordinary. We're looking at a lens flare, that's the only thing I can imagine it to be, and it is a strange looking colour. I mean, what's going on in the background? Where is that lens flare actually coming from? There seems to be something going on over here.
And just when you think you can't get any more retarded, you really go and push the boat out. I think the biggest claim might be where the brightest light in the sky is, in the clouds. I think you'll find the sun is somewhere there, but because of the glare, you can't actually pinpoint it. But within the red circle indicated, and following the ray of light that is in the bottom part of the picture, we get a rough estimate of where the sun actually is. The lens flare is shaped like it is because obviously there is a dense piece of cloud covering that part of the sun, so it's not showing up. It's not difficult, Nige. Now, you were the one who said I should use logic and reasoning. What's your excuse? And at this point, I'm going to save you, dear viewer, from seeing any more of this complete and utter shite, because it's more of the same. Misunderstood camera optics and the effects they have on sunlight and clouds, lens flares, bemoaning of channel number counts on his videos, and more shit. Suffice to say, I think we've demonstrated that Niges' view on things is obviously done by someone who has a guide dog and knows fuck all about anything at all. Strange he told me to use logic and reasoning, and yet he seems utterly incapable of doing any of that. I can't imagine why. So come on, Nige. Prove it. You keep saying you've got proof. I keep seeing lens flares I can create in a camera and do the finger tests and such like to show that they are just in the lens. Cheerio all.